This morning when I got up, I went on to TikTok, and I was looking at some of them, and I had seen one that I hadn't seen before, and it was somebody talking about, I saw a whole bunch. Like, I guess there's something that they're not reporting, that when most of the men, I think 75%, some numbers of men, when they get that, that it swells their testicles, and they're all having to go to the doctor. And another one was saying that he looked up the HIV symptoms, and he has all of those. Well, Judy Mikovits said what was in there, and that's in there. I mean, they did that when I was a kid, put that out. So there's going to be a lot of sicknesses. There's people who get it and who go in a couple months later and then stage 4 cervical cancer. I mean, the med beds are going to be able to, do some of that stuff. From what I understand, that they can't switch their DNA back, but they can, help with symptoms, I think. I'm not really sure, what's going to happen. It sucks because it's like my whole entire family is so frustrating, too, because I'm not talking about just the family I created. I'm talking about the one I was birthed into as well. So, I'm surrounded. Like, I'm not shitting you when I say I'm alone, except for my mom. Yeah, and I have one granddaughter, too, who I'm pretty sure she's very aware. And we're all 3 cancers, which all of a sudden I realized, because I heard something this morning talking about something about water signs or something, and that they are more intuitive. Oh, maybe it was a comment on one of my TikToks. And I was like, oh, I'm a Cancer, and so is my mom. So the ones in our family who are saying, don't do this. Yeah, we have intuition. We're water signs. That is true. And all of these other people, they are, but I've just got to get it in my head. These are not baby souls. These are souls. They're making their own decision for what their lessons are that they need to learn. And, a lot of this stuff is that I have to let go of it. There's nothing I can do. Whatever these people have to go through with pain and suffering, disease and illness, fear, with the control, that is happening. I don't know. It's very, very sad, but it's gonna affect everybody in some way. And, right now people are just kind of seeing, like, things are coming at them and they're getting overwhelmed and stuff. But when the lights go on, it's going to be a whole new situation where people are really having to start dealing with this stuff. It's going to be a coming together, an awakening, and truth, So it's going to be a lot. And, there's a huge part of me that, everybody in my family has cancer and AIDS and shit like that. Oh, so the nurse, you wouldn't listen to her when she was telling you, don't trust the government, don't trust these, they're lying to you about this from the very beginning. But then when you get sick, you want to come and ask me what to do? I don't know. We're living in a world of hypocrisy right now, so nothing makes sense. Hold on, I gotta let in Stella. She's gotta come in here and snore or cry or something. Hold on. Oh, it's just so much drama. And, my one daughter who's living here, she's having so many aches and pains. And I've been talking about this. Anybody who's been following me knows how long I've been talking about them poisoning us in the water, air, in our food and everything. And how that, she goes with the drinking. I knew there would be some Stella noise. Because sometimes I don't even notice, but now my TikToks, they're much quicker. And people are like, ooh, what is going on back there? Stella's noisy. She's a big old girl. God, my hair is driving me crazy today. Everything's gonna drive me crazy today. Ugh. So what was I talking about? Oh, so distracting too with a brain injury. That's the thing too, is, you know, I know what I worked in it. And then I went in and I got a brain injury from them. And that's the thing, is they all have an alliance, this good old boys club that protects themselves. So you go in the hospital and they do something, they cover each other. They don't acknowledge you. They don't acknowledge what they've done. They all cover each other. They run in and doctor notes. They doctor your chart. It's sickening. It's so sickening what they will do. And that's a hospital. This is a non-profit Catholic hospital. Yeah, people give it so much respect. And the nuns just walk around. Oh, that's just that's a holy place. Are you fucking kidding me? You know, people worship things that they shouldn't be worshiping. It's so ridiculous. But you know, it's all these souls that are in this part of the soul journey. I was just telling one of my friends earlier, and I know that some people will understand what I'm saying about this, is that as a soul, you also have the same stages as a born person. So they go through the infancy, the toddler, the adolescent, the preteen, the teen. You go through these different steps because everything represents itself. So everything, it is from the micro to the macro, it all just moves out from that thing. So whatever this is showing, it will continue to show it as it expands in all different ways. That is like the expansion. That is like the dimension. That is the reality, the whole thing. So hard to explain stuff that they show you. Even when you understand it, it's super hard. But they told me some of the things is just so I can understand what they're talking about. I guess some of the things I'm not going to be able to, but everybody has the ability to connect with themselves. But there's so much noise, there's so much distraction, there's so much interference that's breaking through all that to get to your true self, and that's what everything that is happening right now is for. So yeah, we've got souls in all different stages, but they are adult souls. Even children are adult souls, and they're in different stages of their conscious understanding of who and what they are and what they need to survive. And this is all, it's a transition so everybody can level up. But everybody has a lot of lessons. But you can start, if you feel like cut off, like you feel like you've got to keep going outside of yourself and go listen to different people, try and help you understand. That's okay for a while, go around. It's very confusing when you're coming out of this fake reality. Everything's going to feel like weird. You're going to feel crazy. Things aren't going to make sense. You're going to start looking around and seeing things don't look what I thought they look like. Things aren't what I was told. It is like your avatar is waking up in the game. But don't forget, your controller, you are your higher self in the higher realm that has got you in here playing this game. They're sitting back here just waiting for you to remember, that connection, because you have to also be aware that connection is being interfered with, the Wi-Fi between you and your higher self. So it's a reconnecting with that. So yeah, you may need to go around and listen to a lot of people. It's a reprogramming. It's coming out of a deep hypnosis that you were put into as a child. And coming out of it is going to feel very confusing. It's going to feel like you're going crazy because what they've told you is real isn't real. And what is real, they've told you isn't real. That's the upside down. That's the as below, so above. But right now we're in the upside down, right? Everything does make sense. Stranger Things there was no accident that came out. They're constantly in shows. There's not a fucking show that I could go on and watch where I don't see indoctrination and programming. Yesterday I watched School of Rock, which I really, really enjoyed it. There were some things that disturbed me, because just knowing what goes on, and there being all these kids and stuff, and that bothered me. So I can't say you're going to go in and, but the thing that my takeaway from it was, this doofusy guy who's good at something like music, who has passion for it, loves it, is deep in his soul. He's not about the put on some cute clothes, poser kind of music. He's into the real, like, get into the heart and soul of it. Gets this snobby class, and he goes in to try and make some money as a substitute under a false identity. And, he teaches these kids. He bonds with them. He begins to respect them, and they respect. I mean, it's really, really cool. But the thing is that is what education is. It isn't curriculum. It isn't going and having a free babysitter so your kids will sit in a classroom that smells. Oh God, just thinking about the classroom, you just get that smell. You can go back into a school right now, guaranteed it's the same friggin' smell that you smelled when you were in school. It's fucking sickening. I've been back to the schools with my grandkids, so and with my kids, like, the smell it always is the same. It's fucking sickening. I don't even know what that gross out smell is. It's probably the cleansers, the cleaners, toxins. But that's, there was a while that when I didn't even know I was pregnant. When my kids were little, and they were going to this little school. It was a little, like, white schoolhouse. There was like 60 kids in the whole school. I thought, man, score, really cool. My kids get this, it was like an older time kind of thing. And I started cleaning the school for a while, and I was getting so sick from the cleansers. I found out I was pregnant, but then that would make me more, like, smells and stuff bother you a lot more when you're pregnant. So, it probably bothered me a lot faster, so I probably didn't get as much poison. But this, oh my God, I bet you that is the smell. It's just we're probably using the same cleanser since the fucking 50s. Who knows? They tell us about all the green things that we need to do while they're just poisoning the fuck out of us. So, yeah, who listens to these people? But so when you are coming out of it and you start, understanding, like, everything is off, it's going to seem crazy. Like, these people who are like, oh my God, there's really ghosts. Something is moving around in my house. You move out of their reality, it opens you up to the real reality. So you will start seeing and feeling and hearing things and noticing things you didn't notice before. It's going to seem, because you've got to break free of them telling you that that's crazy. You were told that was crazy to control you. So, I was one of those people who knew. I mean, I have my inner knowing, and I knew certain things. There was no way you could talk me out of things. I knew them. It's inside of me. And so when they were telling me things that weren't true, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I know they're true. I know that aliens are real. I know Bigfoot's real. I know giants are real. I know skinwalkers are real. I know fairies are real. I know everything that you can imagine is real. This isn't real. This reality right here. This is, they've just got conscious trapped. Conscious came here to experience, to learn, to grow. And, they've been doing that. And the whole thing is they don't even realize how trapped they are in the matrix. They think this is really all there is to life. They really believe, oh, I get one life. This is it. All of that stuff, it's all lies. You don't have one life and that's it. How would that even make sense? This is something I would try and tell people from the very beginning. I would say, how would that make sense? Please explain it to me how that makes sense. Nobody could. Nobody can explain how that makes sense. No, they just believe it. They don't have to try and make sense of it. They just need someone to tell them what reality is. And that's where, when you start turning on your internal, you reconnect. So if you think about it, you're the avatar right now. You're caught up in the game. But all of a sudden, you're in the game and you're realizing something's not right with this game. Something's going on here. And somebody back there is fucking yelling at me and telling me something. Who is that? Who's talking to me? Then you start connecting, you find out, oh, it's me talking to me. It's my guides talking to me. It's the higher consciousness of the universe is speaking to me through my heart. And, for me, it was easy. I didn't have to. There's other people who can explain how to do it when you're having problems. They've been talking to me loud and clear since I was little. And funny enough, even when I started having more of my spiritual awakening, I started trying to meditate. I would try, try all these different things, stare at a candle, and I kept waiting for some magical thing to happen. I kept thinking, I don't get this meditation thing. I don't get it. Like, isn't something supposed to happen? And then one day I was listening to a card reader, and I think it was some pick a card. I like the pick a cards because I always feel like my spirit guys are talking to me more directly. Like when they're answering things that you are asking and they're saying them on the TV, like there's no denying. When you start understanding, you'll see what I'm talking about. They're always communicating with you, but you're just not opened up to it. You think it's crazy, you think it's coincidence and stuff like that. But so when they were on there, they were telling me that some people it comes so naturally that they think they have to work at it, but it's already there, so they don't even have to, but they don't notice because it comes so easily. They think they have to work at it. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, yeah, they're always talking to me. Why do I think I have to go sit in silence and to hear them? They're always freaking chattering away. They're always telling me what to do and how to do it. That's the beauty of connection. And remember, they're up here looking down. So when they're telling you, what to do, they have a higher view. They can give you better guidance. They can direct you to your path. You have a path, a predestined path that you chose for yourself. Your guides, your cheering squad is around you to keep you on that path, to give you guidance, to give you inspiration. So they're there around you. And the more that you start connecting to them, my advice is to stop thinking things are crazy. Start just opening yourself up to possibilities. Start just, relaxing into it. There's so much of this, holding on. Oh, this isn't true. This isn't true. This is crazy. That's what you got to let go of. You got to let go of what are you holding on to? Why are you holding on to? For who? Who are you trying to please? Who are you worried is going to call you a conspiracy theorist, a crazy person, an idiot? Like, who? Is really someone's opinion of you more important than your opinion of yourself? It used to be for me, but in my spiritual awakening, my growth, my enlightenment, my period of, connecting with myself into all that is, you start to learn, like, no, there's nobody's opinion that you need to value. That's their perspective. That is how they are viewing the world. If they say, oh, you're this or you're that, you're this, you're that, that's their perspective. That's how they're looking at the world. They're seeing, maybe all they see is what's wrong with the world every day. And they just have to make sure you know what's wrong with you. You don't know, but don't value someone else's opinion over you and your opinion. Know yourself, trust yourself, and love yourself, And right now, all of this stuff is happening so you can really get to know your real self, so you really can connect with your higher aspect of self, so you can really connect with all that is, the universe of consciousness that's around you, guiding you, there for you. And it takes getting out of the muck, getting out of the low energy, low vibration, mucky energy that just wants to hold you down, that more than happy to chain you up, tie you down to fear, violence, perversion, this fast, I need something to happen real quick, that right there. No, things aren't quick. You have an eternity. You're an eternal being. So why would anything need to be quick? Really, think about it. That right there should kind of, put some triggers in you. There is no quick fix. There is no instant automatic thing. It is a process. It's a growing. Do you plant a seed in the garden and then you go out and the next day you got a beautiful flower? No, it's a process. It's a process of growth. That is nature representing true life. Everything represents everything. And, you know, I can keep trying to point it out like that because I don't know how else to explain it. But I think that some people will catch on to what they're saying because it is. Everything is a representative of all things. So all things show what everything is. So I can't, every time I start to go into it, it just starts freaking Rubik's cubing my brain. So I can just kind of point it out like that in the other ways. That is why I think that they used to talk in like parables and stuff. Words are really difficult to really, especially because so many words mean so many different things, and words mean different things to different people. So it interferes with messaging because of perspective and words and vocabulary. So that's why I think we're going to be going a lot more towards telepathy. Being here with my daughter, even though we're, you know, polar opposites, there's so many things we don't have to talk. We just know. Like, I can think something, she'll come out and say the answer. You know, we go back and forth like that all day long. So that is where I think the more, you know, when we're in a small contained space and both of us are working on our healing and, you know, have an awareness of telepathy, you know, so when we get the messages, we know that it's real. I think more and more people will start getting that. I think probably lots and lots of people are recognizing that that's happening in their own life. They're thinking of something, and all of a sudden somebody calls them, or you think of something and the TV says it at the same time, or you're thinking about something and the radio answers your question. All that stuff is real. That's what you're going to start seeing in this real world, because the real world is full of magic, and everybody just has to disconnect from this managing system that was here to like babysit souls until they were ready to detach and become sovereign, and to go into the next part of that question. Who and what am I? I don't need this. This isn't who I am. This isn't what I am. I'm not what you're trying to make me into. I'm something different than that. But each person has to recognize that for themselves. So hopefully you're on that track of healing and learning about yourself. Just remember, there's no quick solution. There's no quick answer. This is a process. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy it, you know, and remember, like, if you were listening to a symphony and it was your life, would you want to just sit and listen to just nothing, you know, just like this? Or would you want it to be like ups and downs and dramatic and beautiful, conquering? Like, start just changing your perspective a little bit about pain and suffering, learning, comprehension, all of it. Because it's there for your expansion. It's not there to make you smaller. It's there for you to become bigger. So enjoy your day and become your biggest, beautiful self. I'll talk to you later. Bye.